School is always there for me. It's been there, my odyssey, you know. Honestly,
We're doing a poetry thing.
this school has built me up. Now I'm a prodigy.
We're gonna do like a slam poetry night thing, and I'm trying to be like a representative for my class.
Come from James McHenry, now we got our own school. Been 9 years, and now I stopped acting like a fool. Each day it gets harder, and I'm ready for the next one. I get A's in my classes because I study a ton. I got teachers at the school that help me out every day. They don't joke around because they know when it's time to play.
It's gonna be cool.
That's it.
I first met Davioin in 7th grade at the beginning of the year. Last year, he was in my humanities class, and he's also in my crew, which is a small advisory group of boys.
So how's your day going?
It's going good.
I was instantly interested in him because his sisters were such amazing kids. And Davioin did not disappoint me in that regard. I tend to be drawn to people who have a rich internal life, and he struck me right away as the kind of kid who has this kind of interior existence he keeps to himself. How'd you do on your math quiz?
I got 100 on one of them and an 80 on the other.
100 and an 80. What are you gonna do about that 80? And then all of a sudden he blooms into this amazing guy who can improvise, he can share poetry, he can perform, and he can really drop truth bombs like nobody else. And when you first meet him, you would never know that this quiet kid has that capacity inside of him.
My name's Davioin Hill. I am in 8th grade now. And the start of 8th grade, like in the beginning of the year, it would start off fine at first until later on when you start getting comfortable in the week, more work starts building up. So then, you know, the teachers realize that you're being stressed out.
So what number are you substituting in? Where'd you get this number from?
But then I was able to overcome that challenge, so I was able to keep on doing my work, and it's still a lot going on now. So much to worry about.
Well, I have fears about all of my students in Baltimore City for the obvious reasons. I mean, I think Baltimore gets bad media press, sometimes undeservedly, but often what is shown in the media about Baltimore and other markets is obviously true. We have kids who grow up in a lot of trauma. And when you think of Davioin in particular, I change my fears a little bit.
Mr. Hill, you got your serious face on. How you doing?
I don't know if it's just the weight of the world and his desire to understand everything, and the world is not the way he wants it to be, and how can he get it there. But I worry about kids who are so somber sometimes and so sad, and I wonder where that comes from.
So, Davioin, how's everything going?
It's going great.
Okay.
It's going good.
Are you excited about this high school process?
I'm excited, then again nervous.
All right, what excites you about it?
I'm gonna be a lot of new people. I'm nervous that those people might not like me a lot, or maybe I just won't fit in.
Oh, what's not to like? What's not to like? Everybody loves you. So have you seen the high school application form yet?
I'm worried about high school choice and my composite score. I want to get into a good high school, and I think I'll be able to do that because looking at my 7th grade year, I did good, and so hopefully this year I'll get enough good grades to go to the high school I want to. I'm a pretty chill person, but like if it is something really competitive, I'll be all in it to win it. I'm the kind of person that people underestimate because I am too quiet, but when I start proving them wrong and showing them my actual math skills, they're like, dang, I never knew this. And yeah.
On the application, they do ask you for your top 5 choices. How are you going to plan to fill this out?
I chose Poly as my first one.
So Poly will be your first. What about your second?
My second will be Bard.
And on here, at this point, you put down your first through your 5th choices.
In Baltimore City, you have a few high schools which are a little bit superior in academics than other schools, and they have entry criteria. And they call this criteria a composite score. And the most important piece of that in Baltimore City is your grade point average from 7th grade.
How do you think you're going to to look? Your composite score is going to look based on those criteria.
I'm always at school, and I get at least A's and B's in most of my subjects, so I think I'm pretty good to go.
All right. How about your park scores? Have you taken that yet?
Yeah. I got a level 4, so that's definitely gonna help boost my composite score. So,
If you don't get that composite score based on your actions and your academic scores in 7th grade, it's really a struggle for you to find a high school that is safe and that has an academic rigor that will help you get to the next level in life.
the high school I'm gonna get into is probably gonna impact the rest of my life because, like, depending on what high school I go to, it could determine like what kind of job I could have, or like different set of skills that the school teaches you could also help you in like real life situations. So
Your grades are great, your attendance is great, and your standardized test scores are great. You should have no worries.
Davioin is focused solely on getting into Baltimore Polytechnic, and Poly is his major dream, and so he's got the scores necessary to get in there, and he'll be fine wherever he ends up. Very proud of him. He's a young man that I think anybody who worked with him at all would be proud of him. And you wonder, are they born with some kind of soul guide or guardian angel who just keeps them going somehow? Because it is an absolute mystery how you can come out of tough circumstances with that drive for academics, with that kind of self-confidence, with an imagination, and be able to navigate all these challenges and to be successful. So he can use metaphor and simile and analogy, and he can interpret those things in ways other kids at his age tend to not be able to do. But he has always had this kind of depth to him, and that shows up in his interpretation of text.
When 2 violins are placed in a room, if a chord on one violin is struck, the other violin will sound the note. This is your definition of hope. This is for you. For you when your fingers are red, from clutching your heart so it will beat faster. For the time you mastered the art of giving yourself for the sake of someone else. This is for you.
I was clueless of what was happening in Baltimore. Like, I just thought everything was fine and everything was okay. But then as I got older and as my teachers started teaching me stuff, I start to realize like how high priced stuff can be and the more violent Baltimore is. And then I just found out that Baltimore is like one of the cities with top crime rate.
I'm going to Poly.
So I feel like all my hard work paid off. I definitely work hard for this. I called my mom, told her that I got into Poly. She was like, "Congratulations, son." I was like, "Yeah."
All I'm stating is facts. So facts to the mayor. This is a play of great education, and each year we make it greater. Don't ever settle for less. Don't ever think you're not smarter than the next kid in class. Because the truth we know, every hard worker passes. I'm going to Poly.
Davioin Hill. Let's hear him. Let's go. Give him a round of applause. Davion's going to read a poem.
Hi. I feel like an upgraded Davioin, you know? I'm finally passing middle school, and I'm going to high school, and it's somewhere different. The school is always there for me. It's been there, my odyssey. You know, honestly, the school has built me up. Now I'm a prodigy. Coming from James McKinley, now we got our own school. Been 9 years, and now I stop acting like a fool. Each day it gets harder, but I'm ready for the next one. I get A's in my class because I study a ton. I got teachers at the school that help me out every day. They don't joke around because they know when it's time to play. So I feel like all my work paid off. I definitely work hard for this.